Hi, Alok Srivastava. So this is a small experience that I have got. So I wanted you to me to share with you. So recently I went to a big company for a training. So we were talking about the proc, that the proc is used to see the processes, and we were talking about the process proc, the what store in the proc, and we can use the top command and command like ps and all that stuff to see the processes. So things were going right, all the things as in the textbooks, everything was going right. So one guy asked a thing, Alok, how can I hide root processes from a normal user process? Wow, that was tricky, right? Because in the textbooks, in any of the trainings like the normal trainings like RHCSA, RHCE, they won't cover those things, that how a user should not be able to see the processes which are run by other users, because they had this issue in their production scenarios, and that was not in the textbooks. So that the video is all about this. So I gave them a solution that you can use the proc, you can mount the proc using the option hide PID. So by using the hide PID option while mounting the proc, I can restrict a normal user to see the processes which are run by other users. So let's see and check it out how it can be done. Interesting video and interesting production scenario, a use case. This is what I always tell you to learn and get the concepts right beyond the textbooks. Let's go and check it.
Right, so let's see how we can secure the proc. But before I go into and share you the solution, we must understand some of the basic things, that in a server which is being accessed by multiple users, then all the users, that means it can be a normal user, he will be able to see all the processes. This is the default behavior. So that means if I am Alok and I am a normal user, I am able to see the processes which are being run by root and by the system also. So this is the default one which you generally learn in your normal trainings like RHCE and RHCSA, which is the default. But honestly, this is not a good security. This is not a good security practice, because as I was explaining you, that was the question raised. In a production environment, I don't want a normal user to see the processes run by other users or the root. So we can tweak it fast by just changing the behavior of the proc, as we know that any process that you are running has got information in the proc. So if I go into the proc here, I will be able to see a lot of files and the directories. Let me show it to you. So if I go in the proc, I will be able to see a lot of directories and these numbers. So every process has got a number, the PIDs, we know that, right? So by default, the Linux systems will allow the local users to see all this information, right? Which is not a good thing. So you can change it. That was the solution I offered them. So but the small condition is that the Linux kernel you are running should be greater than the version 3.2. So if I check my version, as I'm running on RHEL 8, so my kernel version is 4.18, so I'm good in that. So I can use or secure the proc by an option hide PID. I'll be coming on to that, but first I need you to understand this very small thing. You should understand the proc. What is proc? So proc is a pseudo file system which gives an interface to kernel to the data structures. It is normally mounted at proc, we know that as I had shown you, and is normally or by default mounted at the boot time when the machine starts. Got it. So as I have told you, we have an option here, hide PID, if you are running kernel 3.2 or higher. So by default, the hide PID option, I will just write it here for you. By default, the hide PID is 0. That is the default one. That means any user can see any process. Any user can see any process. That's the default behavior, guys. So there are two options which I can use. One is hide PID1. So if I give hide PID1, that means a normal user would not be able to see other processes when he gives the top command and all those things, but still he will be able to see the processes under /proc. That means, so I can write here that normal user, not normal user would not be able to see other processes, PROCESSES, yeah, right, using the top command or the PS command. That is good, but he is still able to see the numbers under /proc, but he can see them under /proc. Okay, so that is the another option. More secure option which I recommended them is the hide PID2. So that means if I mount my proc using the hide PID2, the user will be able to see only their own processes, and the other PIDs, the other processes will also be hidden from /proc. So how can I do it? So I can write here, user will be able to see only their processes, their own processes, and sorry, okay, I have to put a hash here, right? And the PIDs are also hidden from /proc. Means even if you do a cd/proc, he won't be able to see it. Let's check it out. Let's do this once we understand this. So the default is 0. So if I log in as a normal user, currently I'm logged in as student, so sorry, root, I logged in as, okay, I'll go to a server here. I have a server with me. I'll go to server A. Perfect. So if I go to student user, I have a user here, and I give the top command. Let's see. So a normal user is able to see the processes run by root, all the processes, which is not at all a good thing, right? And even a normal user is able to see the processes run by the system or by the root using the ps-ef command, which is not at all a good thing. That is what the video is all about, beyond the textbook. That was, as I have told you, that was a real production scenario, that they don't wanted the normal users to see the processes run by other users and root. So by default, that's the behavior. Perfect. How can I change it? Very simple, guys. Obviously you need to be root. Sorry. So I just do a mount -o remount read write with hide PID option that I had told you. The value will be to /proc. Job done. That's the magic. That's the magic. So now if I go to student and give the top command, see, no other processes. Beautiful. That is more secure. No other processes, and the student will be able to see only the processes which are owned by student. And even if it tries to be smart and try to run the ps-ef command, no other processes will be shown. That is how you can secure your proc, right? But how can I make it permanent? Because that is a runtime thing, right? No problem, we know it. So any point of time you wanted to make it permanent, all you have to do is go to HCFS tab, go to the bottom. I can write here securing proc, right? Securing proc, and just to say, I just write here, I can see proc, you know, the file system proc, mounted under slash proc, file system type is proc, defaults comma hide PID equal to 2. That is all you have to do. Wow, that is rhyming. Hide PID equal to 2, and that is all you have to do. That's great. Sometimes I do magic. Okay, ignore it. Now, if I do a reboot, the same feature should be available, right? I do a reboot here. I will just put a ping so that I know that my server is up. Very small thing, but unfortunately not covered in the official curriculums or the official trainings, and you won't be learning it as I think. So these are the things, guys, you need to know, you need to learn beyond the textbooks, beyond the exam questions. This is going to help you. Wow. So my ping returned. So I move to the root on my server. I go to the student and let's see. So still after the reboot, I should not be able to see other processes. Wonderful and beautiful. So that is what I wanted you to share, guys. I hope you had learned how to secure the proc, and I will see you again soon with some new production scenarios and production problems and their solution. Till then, bye bye, take care, Godspeed.